Straight ahead on 12 News, an affordable housing project coming soon to Robbinsdale. How it will change the lives of the people who live there. Plus, the special wedding ring and the search for its rightful owner. But first, another case of child abuse.
2 of them alone in a matter of 4 days is tragic.
12 News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. Another Brooklyn Park father is facing charges related to child abuse.
20-year-old Dennis Taylor was charged Monday for first-degree assault. Reporter Cassie Bonstrom joins us now with more on this case. Cassie?
Well, Taylor is accused of shaking his 10-week-old son late Friday night. The child is now at Children's Hospital with no hope of recovery.
Early Saturday morning, officers and paramedics responded to a 911 call at this apartment complex. There, they found a 10-week-old child unresponsive and performed CPR. Taylor told police he was alone with the baby that night. He had just fed him and put him to sleep. A short time later, he said he returned to find the baby had vomited and was unable to breathe. The baby was taken to North Memorial Hospital and then transferred to Children's Hospital. There, doctors found, quote, a severe brain injury and bleeding on the brain. Injuries that might occur if a baby is, quote, shaken or thrown.
At this moment, the child is still on life support, but has been pronounced brain dead by medical professionals.
Taylor was arrested Saturday afternoon and booked in the Hennepin County Jail for first-degree assault. If and when the child is removed from life support, Taylor could face murder charges.
2 of them alone in a matter of 4 days is tragic.
Deputy Chief Mark Bruley says this case and the homicide of another Brooklyn Park child days earlier are not related.
Very unusual. I can't say that I've ever seen this before.
He says it is a reminder, however, that all parents need to know the resources available to them before a situation gets out of control.
Babies cry. Babies can become frustrated, and it's completely normal for a parent to be frustrated at times with a baby that keeps crying, but you gotta walk away. You absolutely cannot take it out on the child.
Taylor does not have a criminal record in Minnesota. However, police say he has another child with a different mother, and that child is now being interviewed to see if there was any past abuse. And Mike and Alex, if you have a child and are in need of immediate help, there are resources available. You can call the Crisis Nurseries helpline 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They offer emergency child care and other free services for families living in Hennepin County. The number is there on your screen. You can also, of course, call 911. Police say they'd rather help you out before it's an emergency situation rather than afterward.
All right.
Thanks, Cassie. A unique housing program is coming to Robbinsdale. Advocacy group Clare Housing provides affordable housing for people living with HIV and AIDS. They're building a 3rd facility at 36th and France Avenues in Robbinsdale. That's where reporter Sonia Goins joins us with more on the project. Sonia?
That's right, Alex. A groundbreaking ceremony just took place behind me. You can see the gold shovel still sticking out of the dirt. Lots of local and state officials were on hand. Now, Clare Terrace apartments will allow people living with AIDS and HIV to live more independently.
Our mantra is housing is healthcare and housing is HIV prevention.
In Minnesota, there are over 7,500 people living with HIV or AIDS. Half of these people will also fight homelessness.
We have over 200 people on a waiting list that need affordable, permanent, supportive housing for people that are living with HIV, is why we're building Clare Terrace.
The building would come with a lot of amenities, including 24/7 front desk security and support staff. But Clare Terrace will offer more than a place for people to lay their heads.
Help folks get to medical appointments, get connected to services in the community that they may need, help with job training if they're able to go back to work.
Residents will pay 30% of their income towards rent.
The folks that we serve at Clare Housing are extremely low income. Average income for our residents is somewhere between $600 and $1,000 a month.
Officials with Clare Housing say response from the community has been positive.
The city welcomed us with open arms, and so it was a great opportunity to take our mission out to a new community.
Now, the project costs a little over $8 million. Now, construction is supposed to start in January, and it should be open. They should be able to open their doors by November 2015. In Robbinsdale, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Sonia.
Thank you, Sonia. Plans to add a hotel, office space, and even more retail to Maple Grove's busy Arbor Lakes shopping area are off the table, at least for now. The Opus Group has withdrawn its development proposal known as The Point at Arbor Lakes. The developer received pushback from the city over its plans to build large office buildings as well as 85,000 square feet of retail space at the northeast quadrant of Hemlock and Elm Creek Boulevard. The city has been hoping for high-density housing for that site.
An Osseo school board member renewed a request this week urging a Maple Grove council member to step down. At Monday night's council meeting, school board member Teresa Lunt called on Leann Sargent to resign, saying it would be an early Christmas present for Maple Grove residents. Sargent served 2 months in the county workhouse this year for financially exploiting her dying father. Despite the urging of residents to step down, Sargent had other thoughts.
I would just like to take this time to wish all of our residents a very wonderful holiday season and safe New Year. And I will be continuing to work my hardest for the city, as I always have been.
In July, the Hennepin County Attorney's Office appealed Sargent's sentence, calling for harsher punishment. The appeals court ruling is expected to come down in the next 60 days.
A company that currently has its U.S. headquarters in Minnetonka will make its way to Plymouth. OneBeacon Insurance Group is relocating to the Waterford Park office tower along Highway 169. The move will happen next summer. OneBeacon, which has its legal headquarters in Bermuda, says the move will allow the company to expand in Minnesota. 57 years of marriage is a milestone, but someone lost their wedding ring at a Maple Grove golf club, and the staff wants to find the owner.
It's a wedding band with an engraving in it.
The wedding band was found at Rush Creek Golf Club in Maple Grove on Sunday, October 19th. The staff has taken to social media to get the word out, but 2 months later, no one has claimed the wedding band. A guest found the ring on the floor of the clubhouse and turned it over to the staff bartender. The ring has initials engraved in it and a wedding date from 1957. Amy Michelson, the catering coordinator, has made it her mission, along with other staff, to find the ring's owner.
I like happy endings, fun stories. It's, it's not embellished with diamonds or worth thousands of dollars, I'm sure, but it means something to someone's heart. So we just want to get it back to the right person.
If you know who the ring belongs to, you can call the Rush Creek Golf Club at 763-494-0400. Right person just has to see it, right? See it and claim it.
A mystery so far, though.
That's right. Minnesota's flu season has only just begun. Up next, we'll take you to a local preschool that's teaching a lesson on germs.
And then later in sports, they're often overlooked, but the Hopkins boys hockey team is turning some heads this season.
But first, don't hold your breath, but we could see a peek of the sun. Remember that? On Wednesday. We'll be right back. The cold and flu season is upon us, and children are especially vulnerable if they don't take the necessary precautions.
In today's Health Check, Delane Cleveland visits a local preschool to see what staff members there are doing to protect the little ones.
Get your buckets, get your shovel.
Spend just a few minutes in this preschool classroom at Little Newton's Nest in Plymouth, and it won't take long to notice kids being kids and putting their hands where they shouldn't.
One of the things that is really hard for keeping kids well is the desire to put their hands in their mouth or their nose or their eyes or put toys in their mouth as well, and that's a big way to spread germs.
Elise McGregor is the owner of this preschool, but she's also a nurse. And with more than 265 children here, keeping kids healthy is one of her highest priorities.
And during flu season, we take extra precautions to make sure that things, the door handles are extra bleached, the lockers, everything. We have a very strong procedure for keeping everyone well here.
We don't want to share our germs, do we?
Part of the plan to reduce the spread of germs during this cold and flu season also involves constant hand washing.
You wash your hands, Reed. That's right, you wash your hands.
They do it upon arrival, they do it after they do art, they do it before and after they eat, before and after potties, etc.
Germs.
Yet teaching healthy habits goes beyond hand washing.
What happens if I cough on my hand? What happens? What's on my hand? Germs.
How to prevent the spread of germs is another important tool the teachers stress to the kids on a constant basis.
When you cough and sneeze, where do you cough and sneeze? Cough and sneeze in your sleep. That way we can stay nice and healthy.
They're important tips aimed at keeping them healthy now, but the goal is that these skills will turn into valuable life lessons.
Well, at this age, across the board, things that we're teaching them is lifelong.
In Plymouth, Delight Cleveland, 12 News.
Preschool employees say that while hand washing is a powerful tool to prevent the spread of germs, it's important for children to do it right. And they advise kids to wash both the top and the bottoms of their hands and sing the alphabet or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, something like that, to ensure that their hands are washed for the right length of time. And applies to all of us.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah, good. Up next, another season, another new coach.
We catch up with the new leader of the Wayzata boys basketball team. It's a team which is considered on the rise. John Jacobson is in next.
John Jacobson with sports, a new coach at a local basketball team, and not the first time it's happened in a couple of years.
No.
That's got to be tough for the players.
You know, for some of these guys, it's the third head coach you've had in 3
Right.
seasons, so a little bit of adjustment, but they are doing well so far on the court this year. For the second straight season, the Wayzata boys basketball program has a new head coach. As Jay Wilcox reports, it's so far so good for the Trojans.
After 5 years as Rosemount's head coach, Brian Schnettler hit the ground running at Wayzata.
It's been great. We got a great group of kids. They work extremely hard. We're young. We got a lot of sophomores and juniors playing for us, but they've been a heck of a lot of fun to be around every day.
Actually, this is like my third coach in 3 years, so I've been kind of used to new coaches and everything. So when Coach Schnettler came in with his coaching staff, it wasn't like a huge change for me because it happened the year before, but he came in and he was ready to go, and I think he's been doing a great job so far.
A team with exactly 0 seniors enters Tuesday night with a 4-1 record, with the one loss a 2-point game to longtime nemesis Hopkins. Close games have been the order of the day. They have 2 2-point victories and a 1-point win. After posting an 8-18 mark last winter, including 0-8 in late conference play, it's a little surprising the Trojans are doing this well.
I would say at the start of the season, before tryouts, I may have been surprised, but after tryouts and after everything's kind of came in the line, I'm not really surprised that we're 4-1.
Bucking the current trend of 3 and 4 guard attacks, the Trojans have good size and utilize their post players a lot.
It is fun because practice we get at it. We split up into post and point guards, and it's nice having other bigs to go against and get better.
We try and play a little differently than a lot of teams do now. We try and put it in the post a little bit, and we got guys that are being successful with it. We got a lot to work on still, but they're having a lot of fun, and I think our style of play is a little different, which kind of makes us unique. So
now that they have tasted some success, the Trojans have some definite goals in mind.
I would say our 3 goals are to make it to state, beat Hopkins, and be over 500 in the lake.
Not easy goals, but not out of the question for Wayzata. Jay Wilcox, 12 Sports.
After hosting St. Paul Central Tuesday night, the Trojans host a Pack the Gym night against Edina Friday. The Hopkins boys hockey team struggled in recent years, but the Royals are off to a 7-1 start this season and hope to keep rolling. Jason Malillo has more.
The Royals are having a lot of fun so far this winter. They've won 7 of their first 8 games in the last 5 in a row, including an overtime win against perennial Class A power Hermantown.
There's definitely a buzz. You know, kids are starting to realize that we're the real deal this year, and I mean, it's fun. So hopefully we can keep it up and get some more fans here.
Keeping the goals against low has been a big key for Hopkins. The Royals have a solid defense, and senior goalie Josh Kumitchell has been dialed in.
A good goaltender is always contributes to the team. If they know that they have the goalie that'll stop the pucks behind them, they get a little more confident.
I think with Cooch, we got one of the best goalies in the state. And then our core of defensemen, they are doing unbelievable. I mean, they're getting a lot of our points. They're working on the blue line. So when it comes, you got to start from the back and move forward.
Hopkins hasn't had a winning record since the 2008-2009 season when current Gopher Travis Boyd racked up 50 points as a Royals freshman. But this year's group is gaining confidence with every win, and getting out of the gate quick is allowing the kids to play loose and have fun.
Confidence is key in hockey. I mean, once we won a couple games, we really got our feet under us and our confidence was high. We play at a way higher level when we feel like we can win.
The cruel irony for the Royals is how hard the schedule gets in mid-January when they start playing their late conference games. Right now, Edina, Wayzata, and Eden Prairie are all ranked in the top 10, so Hopkins is aiming to be playing its best hockey when the conference games start. Jason Malillo, 12 Sports.
Hopkins plays Spring Lake Park on Thursday night, and then we'll play Orono in the Schwann Cup the week after Christmas. Armstrong's boys basketball team is undefeated entering Tuesday night. On this week's Sports Jam show on Channel 12, we meet Falcons seniors Evan Nolan and Sean Burns. Here's Jay Wilcox again with part of what you'll see.
Nolan's in his 4th year on the varsity, while Burns is in his 3rd season. Both were all-conference picks last season, and each has the potential to play college ball. Their games are quite different, but both effective.
I feel like I'm good at rebounding, talking to the guys, try to lead by example, send a spark, try to help the guys out. I feel like I need to work on, staying more focused, because sometimes when things are not going my way, I can get a little down. But, I got to overcome that. That's throughout life, so.
Simon makes the team laugh all the time. It's good to have him on the team. He rebounds well, passes, he can score. He's really aggressive. He's also another leader on this team that we have. He's a really good player.
I think I'm labeled as a shooter from my team and scouting reports for others. And I think you can always get better at defense and ball handling, and I've been working hard on that as well.
Evan's a really good shooter. He can also get to the basket. He's a good pump fake, but he knocks down like every three.
You can see the rest of that story and much more this week on Sports Jam. It airs through Wednesday at 3:30, 6:30, 9:30 p.m. on Channel 12 and 12.tv. Big game for the Falcons Tuesday, but then Friday night at Maple Grove, a game you'll be able to see live here on Channel 12.
Great. All right. Thanks a lot, John. Up next, 2 ways to make the holiday season bright.
We'll take a look at both examples coming up next.
It is a joyful scene in Golden Valley as a holiday train is chugging into town. It arrived at the front yard at 115 Lawn Terrace. Nearby there is the North Polar Express. That's a helicopter with Santa at the controls. If you know of an outstanding lighting display in your neighborhood, we want to hear from you. Send us an email to news@12.tv. Time is running out for you to make a difference for a child this Christmas.
Yeah, Toys for Tots is collecting through December 21st, and this is what has been collected so far at the Maple Grove Police Station. Organizers say it's a good year, more toys than in the past, but the Marines in charge of the collection operation tell us they are still in need of toys for older kids, especially 11 through 15. There are many drop-off locations in the Northwest Metro. You can check the Toys for Tots website for one near you. There's lots of places to drop off at city halls and police stations all over the area.
Good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it for now. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
We'll see you back here tomorrow. Community Corner is coming up next.